information of post-2015 development agenda in Japan. I want to focus on education. These challenges are primary learning outcomes. Post-primary education issues need to change from quantity to quality in MDGs framework. Next presenter is Sakura.
Now, I'd like to talk about issues of MDGs Goal 2. The aim in education side of MDGs is achieve universal primary education. This aim was approached from the quantity side. As aim said, it is said that best progress of MDGs is Goal 2. The number of children who couldn't receive primary education was reduced from 102 million people to 57 million people during 11 years from 2000 to 2011. However, there are still various problems such as early dropout rate, stagnation of the decreased pace of the out of the school children, and so on. In our paper, we are focusing on quality of teachers because the quality of teachers have a close relation with the quality of education. Teachers have a big effect on students. As teachers play the role of their parents in schools, they not only teach but also may affect children's manner, attitude, and so on. In addition, in my past experience, I felt I could have a nice opportunity to get nice education when I met nice teachers in my life. The quality of teachers in developing countries is thought to be low for the following reasons. For example, side business, some teachers have the law of the social standing of the occupation, physical punishment, improper remark or sexual harassment to girls. But the biggest problem is the fact that people can become a teacher although they have never received enough training to be a teacher. Our paper suggests the quality of education should be approached and improved through the teacher education. In MDGs, the achieve universal primary education is approached from the quantity side. Therefore, we think it is important to approach from the both quality and quantity side in post-MDGs. And we'd like to suggest focusing on quality of teachers for improving our quality of education. There is no doubt that education is vital for everyone. So we think that education should be one of the main activities in post-MDGs. Students study hard by learning together and exchange opinions with each other. Student ideas or ambitions can make a good effect on people who want to be a teacher. This slide shows our image of a possible educational framework for post-MDGs. Improved teachers are quality teachers, and they will aspire students, including someone who wants to be a teacher. These students teach underclassmen in the learning process. This study method will make an impact on cultivating quality teachers. When we think of this slide, we become to think that people who will be a teacher should be people who have skilled in teaching. That is why our research is focusing on improving of the quality of teachers. The improvement of quality of teachers leads to the improvement of the quality of education The Achieve Universal Primary Education is one of goals in MDGs and is focused on quantitative side. So our paper suggests focusing more on qualitative side and placing the importance on the improvement of the quality of the teachers in post-MDGs. Education means nothing if we just focus on the quantity. Students can contribute to the achievement of goals by carrying out this kind of educational activities. From now, Junichi talk about ideas of case study.
As Sakura said, the quality of education doesn't seem good. Therefore, we think that improving the quality of teachers is one of the effective ways to improve the quality of education. But we do not focus on current teachers for improving the quality of teachers. We focus on students who have a possibility to be a teacher in the future. We think that they can be much high quality teachers by carrying out the new educational technique, which I will introduce from now. And not only improving the quality, this technique can solve many educational issues. Before talking about the new educational technique, I would like to show you one illustration. It's called the learning pyramid. This is the base of the new educational technique. As you can see this slide, the learning pyramid consists of these factors. And the learning pyramid, these percentages indicate how long students remember after these learning methods. For example, lecture is 5%, teach others is 90%. Therefore, it appears that the teaching others is more effective than lecture style. It shows people can understand something more deeply by teaching others. However, lecture style seems the mainstream in the world right now. So why is the education by teaching others style more effective than lecture style? So next, I'd like to explain that the importance of teaching. Teaching has the three elements: speaking, reading, and writing. Those three elements are basic skills, but they are important to teach. Especially speaking is important because when we teach something to people, most of us speak to explain. Therefore, we need the deep understanding of what we explain and communication skills as well. Unfortunately, students cannot foster those skills by taking passive lectures. But teaching others is a better way to foster those skills. As I said earlier, students have few opportunities to practice teaching others in school today. So in our paper, we suggest creating an environment in which everyone can teach others as a part of their education. So we come up with two ideas. One is the environment which senior students give lectures to underclassmen after the fundamental education at the first grade and second grade. They could practice for classes and can experience to give lectures. Another environment is teaching to people who need education and are in different countries by using the internet. Or sharing the educational materials with those people can affect the quality of learning for the student lectures. If students can teach something to teach the people who are in different countries, those who teach could understand what they explain more deeply because they had to prepare or study something to teach the people. Of course, I understand each developing country has each educational system and policy. So those ideas are partly flexible. Consequently, students can foster or acquire out of skills before they go out into the world. And students who have one possibility to be a teacher in the future might reform the educational system. And it is possible to increase the number of teachers and suppress the demand. Therefore, it can be said that improving the quality of teachers is important to solve many educational issues.
Thank you, Junichi. From now, I would like to move on conclusion. We talked the two main points. One of that is to improve the quality of teachers, lead quality education. The achieve universal primary education is the aim in MDGs, and our paper suggests focusing more on improvement of the quality of teachers in the improvement point from quality side in MDG. Second, its lecture style seems the mainstream in the world from today. But we can see improve the quality of teachers in the future through teaching other style. Today, we talked about improving the quality of teachers, but what we want to say is education is necessary to continue post-MDG. I would like to finish it. Thank you for your listening.
Thank you very much. So since it is what is going on in the classroom and then related to the effectiveness of learning, I would like to invite a commentator who is in practice in education at Yonsei University. Professor Kim Jang-seng, would you just shortly comment?
Yes, thank you so much for your good presentation, and your presentation including much informative, the framework of the TOT, the training of trainers. Well, I liked your presentation and also your work in two ways. One, you are tackling with very important and core focal problem of the developing countries. The teachers, the quality of teachers is pretty much important, but the shortage of the resource for providing good facility for teachers and also education is not pretty much enough in developing countries. Many countries, the budget of Ministry of Education is less than 3%, and it makes a lot of challenges and difficulties in education. And the second thing is you are providing very innovative solution to the developing countries. Well, I liked it very much. For further consideration, I want to give you, not your homework, but some issues to consider. The one is the resource distribution in the local area. In many sub-Saharan African countries, the education system is more indigenous than the official. Means, local pastors became the teachers in the local church. And also the one of community member who knows mathematics is teaching mathematics in the church, in the school. And also English is the same. Somebody who can speak and read English is teaching English in the local schools. Well, you are suggesting the school as a platform for community. But I want to suggest you to expand not only for students to teach, but also community members to teach in the local school. Well, I want to know how you are thinking of the community school as a platform to share the knowledge. The second one is, the attendance rate is very critical issue in local the schools in many developing countries. Because in the morning, children have to go to the offspring to bring the water, and sometimes they have to go to the farm instead of going to the school. The attendance rate in the rainy season becomes very low. Well, the issue is the income generation in the family household is very important in the school as well. So another issue is how school can be involved and engaged in their income generation, the mechanism in the community level. Well, you don't have to give the answer immediately. Thank you.
The first question is, as Junji said, to make community through internet and teach. For example, we made community Japan to Korea, and we teach ourselves. We don't know about Korea, and also Korean students don't know about Japan exactly. So we make community and teach ourselves. Teach each other.
All right, let me add on later on, maybe, after taking some more questions. All right. And then, Nicholas, probably you are teaching at the university. Probably
yes,
give some comments, all right?
My comments are just to challenge you to think about your, for example, the pyramid. You have my favorite, lecture is 5%, and reading, of course, 10%, and on up from there to explaining. What I'd encourage you to think about and challenge you on this is that the less high numbers, the low numbers at the top of your pyramid, are usually the result also of first exposure to a material or to an idea. And whenever somebody is first exposed to an idea, you're really not sure how to incorporate that new thing into your own existing cognitive structures, your own ideas, right? So you're not going to recall it. The ones that have the higher level, you're usually actually engaging those things at the third, fourth, fifth, or 10th pass. And so you might be a little more careful about how you describe what you're proposing as something fundamentally new. And the reason that I want you to be a little cautious about this is because you too want to go to lectures. So one of your points was upperclassmen would give lectures. But I don't think that's a bad thing. I mean, I just told you lectures are my favorite thing, right? So, but I want you to recognize that that's usually the introduction of a new idea that's done in lecture or in readings. Okay, so sometimes what you hope to do can be